Thanks for stopping by the channel. Today I wanted to talk about Armageddon, but not necessarily Armageddon like the destructive powers. Well, actually, that's what I want to talk about, but not like the slaughtering of individuals or who's going to be slaughtered and who's going to be spared. Today I wanted to focus on a forgotten point about Armageddon. A forgotten point that a lot of people don't understand. It says in Revelation 16 verse 16, it says, "And they gathered them together to the place that is called in Hebrew Armageddon." They gather them together. Well, gathered who? Well, according to the scriptures, it's talking about the nations are being gathered to Armageddon. Everyone will be affected by Armageddon, but what will take place just shortly before Armageddon? Obviously the Great Tribulation, but you understand that the nations, the coalition of Gog and Magog will go in there. Not a specific spot, that's figuratively speaking, I believe. Maybe you're wrong on that. I guess we'll wait and find out. But the nations are being gathered. I just saw a video by a person about how long will Armageddon last. And I had some disagreements, and I have nothing against this person, but the person didn't bring up the fact that what will happen, as far as I remember. I can't remember the whole part of every inch of the video. But the nations, the coalitions, the world powers will be gathered too to fight. They eventually will go against something that they don't even know what's going to happen. They probably don't know. It's going to be interesting to find out or not find out. I mean, if you don't survive, then it'd be a moot point. But it's interesting to find out who will be involved, like, the world powers. They'll be gathered to fight off Christ and his angelic armies. That will be one thing that a lot of people forget. And then just this fire and brimstone coming from the heavens is gonna. It doesn't really work that way. There's steps before it happens. There's steps. The nations will have to go and fight fight the invisible forces that they, according to the scripture. According to the scripture. I'm not just making this up and saying, hey, this is how I think it's going to happen. According to the scripture, the nations. Sometimes people forget that the nations are involved. Everyone's involved. The nations will fight too. They'll not be successful, according to the scripture. And more than likely, how can you fight an invisible force? I just wanted to share that with you, so thanks a lot.